Creative soul. Creative soul. Creative soul. Creative soul. I done came a long way. I'm only taking one step at a time towards healing myself. I had to get out, I found a way out. No more living in pain or misery. It's all about protecting my energy. Keep the negative away from me, because I am just keeping my peace. Cut off everything that no longer was serving me, and I chose to start loving myself. I walk in my purpose, no looking back, I'm only going within. B.O. standing there, a better version of me. I must say that I'm proud of me. It's not about how you feel, I'm living proof that God is real. So let me show you how to heal. Damn it, I'm wearing it well, cause I came a long way. My journey isn't yet complete, that's what it look like to heal. Damn it, I'm wearing it well, I'm proud of myself. It's nothing to it, you can do it, all you gotta do is just fight through it. Creative soul, creative soul, creative soul. Just fight through it. Creative soul, creative soul, creative soul, creative soul, yeah, yeah.
Welcome to Pain to Purpose podcast, where we have open discussions to heal together as a community. Today we are on episode 21, and it's our artist series, and we have Miss Mia Deneen Smith with us. Welcome, Miss Mia.
Hello, how are you, Creative?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. I'm glad to have you on.
Thank you, it's good to be here.
You're welcome. Before we begin, I want to tell our audience that we now have Pain to Purpose podcast shirts. You can purchase them. All you have to do is email me. Not only do we have t-shirts now, we also have tumblers, Pain to Purpose tumblers. So all you have to do is email me at creativesoul.business@gmail.com. Again, for the t-shirts and the tumblers, you can just email me at creativesoul.business@gmail.com. Thank you. Now, Miss Mia, please tell us a little bit about your music.
Okay, well, my love affair with music started very young. So I was a singer. I had an amazing opportunity to attend a school for the performing arts, the Governor School for the Performing Arts, as a high school student. I went on to major in music in college. I had an amazing opportunity to, at that time, I was concentrating more on the classical side, operatic music. And so I've had an opportunity to travel overseas to play some parts in some operas. And when I came back home after I graduated college, there was a bit of a pivot. I knew I wanted to still be a musician, but over time, God just began giving me original music. And so it took a while because I was raising my family, but around 2016, I released my first contemporary Christian album where I wrote all the songs on the album. That was called Look Up. And then in 2018 was when I released my second album called No Days Off.
Okay. So does anybody else in your family sing?
Well, pretty much the people in my family can hold a tune, but my grandmother was the singer. She was the singer, and so I, have sweet memories of her, always being the lead soloist at church and things like that. People always asking her to come to their event or come to their church and sing, and so I grew up kind of right under her. So music was something I fell in love with at a very young age.
Okay, I love music. I believe that behind every artist's voice, there is a story, just like everything else, just like an author. So yeah, I love music. I definitely do. Now I'm not a singer. I'm one of those that grew up in a church and was in a sunshine band. And when the kids sing, everybody clap. Now when you get
Mhm.
to a certain age and they know you can't sing, everybody not clapping. Some of us, we supposed to be ushers, teachers. We
Right,
everybody
gotta
ain't
know where
called
our
to do
gift is.
and do and worship. So, but that's okay though.
That is okay. It is still great for the soul. I'm I'm the same way with, I was when I first started out, like I said, my grandmother, she was the piano player and the singer. And I grew up, taking piano lessons and things like that, and it never really like captured my heart, or I never really fully captured the skill on the piano. I mean, I know my technique and it helps me in my songwriting, but I wouldn't call myself a pianist. But I love to hear the piano. So I understand what you're talking about.
Okay, so are you an independent artist or are you signed?
I am. I am. We are just doing this ourselves under Mia Deneen Music.
Okay, awesome. And so where can everybody find your music?
My music is actually available on all digital platforms. So wherever you stream music, Spotify, Apple Music, you can find me there under Mia Deneen.
Okay. I do have another question. Are they able to stream your music off Facebook and like use it for like their background music?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Use some of my own music when I do my posts on Instagram. So it's right up there with everybody else's music. And also I have some
It's good to
videos and, some videos that you can watch on YouTube, and also some of the music you can stream on YouTube as well.
Okay. And you guys don't go anywhere because at the end of this, instead of hearing my song, you will hear Mia Smith's song at the end of our interview. So stick around. Don't leave us. Okay. So what's the latest song?
The latest song is a song that I'm really excited about. Well, what I'll say was the latest release was a song called Resurrection, and that came out just this past year. It was a single, and that song was a collaboration with my oldest son and my oldest daughter. So my children are, grew up with me in this whole music thing, and they are gifted artists in their own right. My son is in school right now, studying to be a producer, and my daughter, she's in school studying to be a pharmacist, but she still uses music as an outlet.
That's great. Okay. So, I went on your YouTube. I went on and looked at some of your music and the song Insecurity. Can you tell us a little bit?
Absolutely. Insecurity is a song that's very dear to my heart because I wanted to really find a way to talk about something that a lot of people go through. That sometimes, the feelings that insecurity creates are kind of hard to explain. And so God gave me this idea that I kind of embody insecurity like like it's a relationship. And so the beginning of the song says, what is this insecurity? Why are you still here with me? When are you going to leave me? Why are you still sitting here? Why are you stopping me from being who God wants me to be? And so I'm just in the song, I'm just breaking up with insecurity, like I'm breaking up with the man. And I'm telling insecurity all of that. I see all of the ways that he has tried to keep me down in the past, and that he hasn't been a friend to me and hasn't ever truly loved me. And so now I've decided to find my identity in God.
Okay. And I think that a lot of us have insecurities with something. Your hair too long or too short, or nose too small, not big enough. But I think it all goes back to, what people see on social media, or the stars, or people, changing their bodies, and they're like, oh, I should look like that person, or this is what everybody is looking like now, instead of us loving ourselves for who God created us to be, because we're all unique in our own way.
Absolutely. I think social media definitely helps, but I'm 47, so I wasn't raised in the age of social media. And it was the culture, there was still so much social pressure. And, at a very young age, because I was an overweight child at a very young age, that stability that I had in myself was, in a sense, stolen from me by the disapproval of others because of my body. And so as a young person, I can say probably first grade, thinking to myself that there was something wrong with me because my body was unacceptable. And I carried that insecurity with me into every stage of my life. And when I look back, I see how insecurity reared its ugly head in my relationships, in people pleasing, in my eating disorder, in codependency, all because I felt like I had to overcompensate for the fact that there was something wrong with my body that made me not enough. And at the end of the day, creative, I just believe fully that so many of us get caught up in this because it is an attack of the enemy. Because if he can focus us outward, and if he can focus us on what we don't have, and keep us striving for something, keep us trying to get something, whether it be the perfect body, the perfect relationship, the perfect job, the income. If he can keep us striving for these external things to feel stable and balanced, then we won't use that brain power to live our purpose. And what God wants us to do is live our purpose.
That's true. That is true. Thank you for that. I really appreciate you coming on to shed some light on that, because there's so many people that are struggling with that. So many people are looking at themselves on the outside and not trying to work on the inside. And if you don't love yourself and take care of yourself, who else is going to do it? And we come first. So thank you for coming on to talk about your song. Let us know what is next for Miss Mia.
Absolutely. I There's going to be more music, more writing, more advocacy. God has really just lit a fire in my heart, and so I can't see ever shutting up about about the
That's
fact that
good.
yes, about just pulling the curtain back on just the lies that the enemy has fed us, making us believe that we have to live our lives like a constant project. God made us good, and he made our bodies good, very good. That is what he called Eve when he made her. He said it was very good. And so, what we're supposed to be doing is being thankful for the good life and the good body that God gave us, and to use the vessel that we have, the days that we have, the breath that we have in our body, and our mental capacity to find what our purpose is and to go live that out. I definitely want to speak to women. I would love to speak to high school and college age girls as well, because they have so much pressure on them, because these are the young ladies that did grow up in the age of social media. So they not only have it coming from the culture, they have it coming from social media. They probably also have it coming from, the generation above them, like us, that, some of us never truly understood the truth. And if we don't have the truth, we can't impart the truth to the next generation. So, also, there is more music coming. My son and I collaborated on a song. We co-wrote a song together, and that is should be ready very soon. And the song is actually called Someday Soon. So, looking forward to just more music, more writing, more advocacy, and just open doors, walking through the open doors that God opens for me. And I'm actually, I consider this, being on this podcast, to be one of those open doors. So I thank you again for having me on the show.
I thank you for coming on. I think it's important for us to open up and to be there for each other and work together. We all are, we're walking in our purpose on these podcasts and sharing our stories, being our authentic self. And it's not always easy, but we know that we don't have a choice but to share. I used to be a private person. And I'm still private about certain things, but I've opened up a whole lot more on this journey, because some people are called and you just don't have a choice to hold back on certain things. You have to tell your story to be able to help everybody else. So thank you again for coming on and not being afraid to share your pain that got you to your purpose.
Thank you so much for giving me this platform.
You're welcome. Is there anything else that you would like to drop to our youth before we close out, or just anybody in our audience?
Just once again, to let everybody know, every girl, every woman, every boy, every man, you are God's work and you are crafted perfectly for your purpose. So find what your purpose is and go live that out.
Amen. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Do not forget, you can get your Pain to Purpose podcast t-shirts. Also get your tumblers. And we definitely want you to go to all platforms and stream Mia Deneen Smith's music. Okay, go over to your Facebook or your Instagram or your TikTok. Pull her music and make it your background. Download it. Put it on your download all the streams. Show her some love. Follow her on Facebook. I'm sure she will appreciate that. And I'm sure you'll see her back on the platform for other topics that we will have. Do not forget my book, Tears of a Shattered Heart, is on Amazon, as well as my affirmation coloring book, Wonderfully Made, is also on Amazon. Go ahead and go over there and purchase those books. And don't forget, it's only pain until you discover your purpose and start your healing journey. I'll see you next time.
What is this insecurity? Why are you still sitting here next to me? Tell me, how did you get here? And when are you planning to leave? And why are you trying to stop me from achieving God's purpose for me? You are the voice of doubt and fear. I know it's you whispering lies in my ear that I'm not good enough. Might as well go ahead and give up. But I'm leaving you now, insecurity. You never had no love for me. You tried to steal away my peace, and I let you win so many rounds. But this is the end, so take a bow. I'll never be yours again. Found my identity in the great I am. Out of my head, get out of my head. Insecurity, stop making me. 'Cause I believe Jesus instead. I believe what he says about me. Out of my head, get out of my head. Insecurity, stop making me. 'Cause I believe Jesus instead. I believe what he says about me.